Let me change up that game then. Is it working? I don't know. We don't know. I gotta change up a little bit of something though. And it seems to be working on another 360 game. Weird. Uh, hey, how you doing? I hope this is working. Oh, about all I can do. Hope this shit starts working. It says it's working. It says it's working. It wouldn't give me it says it's working a minute ago. My app isn't working. I can't see shit. Close this. Reopen it. This isn't a bad themed game as well. If you want to see what our future is gonna look like, this is definitely it. Fallout, baby. Fallout is a prime example of what's to come, right? For those who do know, for those who do care. All right, we got something going on. We don't have a camera. So we don't have a camera. Let me unplug that and replug it in. Maybe that'll come back to life. I mean, I haven't been streaming on this Xbox. I've been streaming on my my X. This is just an Xbox S. One S. I got a pain in my chest, and I can't breathe. Got a pain in my chest, and I can't breathe. Alright, is it a decent angle? What do you need it more at me? Just want to get all in my face. All in my face, Greg. All in my face. Whew. Is this guy gonna dehydrate on us right now? Hey everybody. I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing. Sorry, please forgive me. I walk a fine line on this account, on this thing. I'm very, very supportive of people and their ideas. I don't knock them. I was talking crazy about it earlier. Like, I definitely have a place for being outspoken on things, and this isn't it per se. This is not supposed to be it. This is supposed to be about fun, games, and I don't know. I just kind of been feeling like I got to figure something out. I got to get something else going on, and maybe this is a segue to that, and I might be just playing this less more often. Who knows? I don't know if this is gonna ruin this name and it's just gonna trash this account. I don't know. This world works in mysterious ways. How about that? Welcome to Let's Talk About It, though. Tried to play some Civ because I don't have to worry about anything, shoot anything. It's just very slow, very boring. But this is a great example of a post-civilization after some great bullshit. So it's not a bad subject to be communicating on. Hi, I'm Mr. Felix. Nice to meet you guys. I'm a philosopher, a scientist, Uh, I don't have a job in those fields, but I do my research, I do my work, my homework, um, and I strive to learn what I'm interested in, as we all are. We're all different. You can hate me, knock me, disgrace me. I don't know. I really don't give a fuck. That's not that's not my job. It's not who I am to give a fuck about. But right now, the way things are going, it's been pretty depressing, pretty sickening. Everybody has their ideas and feelings, and they can't even have that, really. I can't. I let my friends have their ideas and their feelings. We sit and we talk and we support, but I can't. I don't feel safe. I feel like um, I need to learn to be smarter about privacy. Privacy is very important. Also, making sure you're not muted and talking the whole time is very important. Your privacy is very important. And a lot of people I used to talk to, maybe not a lot of people, but certain people I used to talk to, have shied away in these times. And I've got to blame it on necessity of privacy. It's essential in a dangerous land. In a free land, you're allowed to have more liberty. So you can be less private. I like to get a video camera, travel downtown, somewhere in town, locally, here in the 209, and kind of engage with the people. I don't know if there's going to be people there. Engage with somebody. Really get the conversations started. Get communicating to people. And I've been wanting to do this for a long time. You walk up to someone and you ask them if they had time to philosophize. This is the philosophy hour. We are basically talking over things and ideas. That's what philosophy is. That's what it does. When I went to college and my first day at philosophy, I was like, what the fuck is this? Because we're going to say, what is justice? What is a chair? What is anything and everything? And I was just like wanting to advance the conversations along. And it is very much a building blocks of a conversation. But when you want to talk about something on a 12th grade level and you don't want to start or even go over at a 2nd grade level, it became discouraging for me. I waited my whole life. If they had 2nd grade, what's that word? What the fuck am I talking about? Psychology is just stuck in my head. Philosophy. So, we don't get that. So they treat you like a baby the moment you start college. I was offended. Constantly offended. I am another sucker in the system of education that didn't utilize it in a fashion that gained me some type of output. I didn't get nothing great out of my so-called education except the standard. You get your GED, not GED, I didn't get a GED, but basically your general education certification. You're generally educated upon their standards. I use big words, and I just do. I always have. I love Romeo and Shakespeare, and I love when we got to talk about Romeo and Shakespeare in class. But I read Romeo and Shakespeare, Romeo and Juliet, Romeo and Shakespeare, on my own. Before that, way before that. So I don't really give any credit to the system on what you see here standing before you in any educated manner. It's just me. Shit. Facilitating. So when I facilitate, I am Mr. Felix the Cat, and when I don't give a fuck, I am Duck Motherfucker. I just can't take it anymore. I just don't give a fuck, and I don't feel very duckish right now. I either feel very depressed, but I don't think I'm reaching that duck level. And I hope to create that podcast or video, videos online at YouTube under Duck Motherfucker. That's my account. It has not been banned yet, since I was Duck Motherfucker on Twitch. But just letting it out, I guess. I feel like I'm building up to that. I'm giving you a pillow for your head. Truth is, we should be all screaming at the top of our lungs. That video is like, I'm so upset, and he's like, you just need to get mad. You just need to get mad, and I'm mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this shit anymore. He's goddamn right. The first thing is that you gotta feel, you gotta be alive. To be alive is to feel that burn, that pain. You're alive, and I feel it. We feel it, and the more we deny that feeling is the more we're fucking frogs cooking in that pot. Tell me I'm wrong. So, people are feeling a certain kind of way. And if you're talking to a bunch of frogs who enjoy the pot and they don't like what you're saying, they're going to attack you. They're going to shut you up. And they want you to stay in the burning fucking pot. It's just simple math. This is nothing new. What did they pull out guns, kill each other for? Civil War. What did they kill each other for in World War I, in World War II, in soon to be World War III? And then when we survive it and the world looks like fucking Fallout, what is there, World War IV? We don't talk about those things. I wanted to pull out the camera and go to the middle of the place, like I said, talk to somebody, and I don't want to be like those basically they're being manipulators. They're asking people questions, but they're just fixing the video to represent what they wanted to say. They're really not giving people a fair shot in conversation. You do see a few people like Change My Mind, right? With Chowder, he's out there, and I guess you'll talk. And I'm sure there's video segments of somebody talking that he doesn't agree with, and it's not on in the air. We didn't see it. Maybe the good points and bridging the gap of understanding it was there, and we didn't see it. We're not gonna see it, because it's all controlled media. When someone's telling you their agenda. We got a left, a right. We got all these sides. No, what side are you? When they put some type of identification on you, what side are you? Are you what is it? Are you a color? Are you a location? Are you a race? What are you? I mean it. What are you that you are comfortable with them identifying you as? What are you? Try this one. What are you? I'm not here to play games today. I'm here to just talk. If I'm gonna talk alone, then I'm gonna talk alone. I really don't want to give a fuck about the game. It's got saves for a reason, right? I want to run around with the shotgun, and I just want to shoot everybody that's in my way, I guess. I want to change my view. I don't like third person. I don't like Fallout third person. I don't know who does. If you do, that's cool. Why is this third person? Okay. I just feel like you gotta get that target right, and it doesn't get on there right. Anyways, man, I'm gonna shoot this guy in the head. Where am I at? Where's my point? I don't know where to start. Who starts this shit? It's like I said, I have too much information. I'm in 12th grade of this stage, and you guys are You're honestly just entering your wake up hood. You're just entering it. Some people are like, well, I felt a certain way, or I really like the Matrix, or, you have these ideas implanted in you, so you think you're this, you think you're that. But we're all followers. You're a goddamn follower. Nothing you like is genuinely you. You didn't decide on it. It was given to you. There is no unique or special individuality out there. It's very more less. You conform very easily with the next person, so you look very much the same. You're identical. Everyone's trying to be a little different, but they don't know that they're actually being kind of the same. Real uniqueness is standing out between that. You can say, oh, I'm different because of 10 people I'm near, but there's actually a lot of you that's just the same. So you got to once again stand out against that crowd. No one's doing that measurement. But that's the reality. You got to have all the information so you can do all the math. They don't do that. They purposely leave out that part of the information. They give you some form of the process. They tell you the results, and then that's the known fact. And everyone goes around, well, I knew this fact for 10 years. What are you, stupid kid? You're supposed to know this in that factual manner. They claim that if you don't understand it that way, then you're stupid. Instead, we're explaining that we have a lot more information on a lot of things, but the science is settled. The science is stopped. It's kind of like saying, well, I didn't know they did that. And yeah, they did that. You just didn't know. Okay? You're just showing up. So when you're over here like, well, I thought I had rights. I thought that they can't trump, or they can't trample, or they can't remove the Constitution, your Bill of Rights. They cannot, as a government agency, inflict anything with you while violating those rights. And they do. They do it all the time. You didn't know about it. You didn't understand it. When we have this BLM movement rally, everyone's going out there. They're like, you see the issue, right? But you can't explain it properly. And so you can't change it. You allow it to continue. You do not change anything. Nor will you be allowed to. You're not allowed to change anything. It's by design. This is no mistake. This isn't a few bad eggs making the pot bad. This is working as it was designed to. And you're not aware of that information. You're very tardy to the party. You're so far behind. It's hard to explain something like that to you. So a person is like, well, you got to prove it to me, or you got to explain this. And that's all we do now is we share a meme. Something that can hint upon something that we understand. Hint. It's not going to be able to explain it all. People, where's the article? Well, the article is the issue. The articles usually come from a approved site. It's the point to say they're all corrupt? No. Just the ability for them to be corrupt gives more validity for them to be less authentic. You got to learn how to not be swindled out here, kid. You got to learn how to be street smart, because words aren't what the words they mean, and people get taken for a ride. There's a lot of people that support an idea and they don't even know what it is. They don't even know what it means. On the left side, on the right side. Everyone's stuck in a state of confusion, and it's by design, bitch. You don't know that shit. You don't know that shit. So you allow it to go on. But, I like to reference that America, the US of A, is no longer here. And I said that before COVID, a lot. And when COVID occurred, when lockdowns occurred, when the ability to take away your constitutional rights occurred, definitely a big issue for me. uh, I thought that was the moment we get to really, I guess, showcase that in action on a major scale, because it's going to be applied to more people on a major scale. I always watch cop watch videos, and so I'm watching an interaction between a person of law enforcement and an innocent citizen of the public. Okay? And in that video, I can see how an individual utilizes his rights, when, how, where, and why. You understand? You wouldn't learn that in, just living at home with no police interaction. So you don't even know what your rights matter. If you stood home all day, you wouldn't know how your rights matter. If you work from home all day and you don't come in contact with, you don't know how your rights matter, because your rights aren't your rights against other human beings. Your rights are your rights against the government. You don't understand that, though. So your First Amendment, I have a right to my First Amendment speech, and that applies for government and laws and policies. That doesn't apply to your neighbor who heard you say something you shouldn't have said, and now he's going to go fucking kick your ass. That's something different. And that's where we get confused. We're not educated to understand something more than what we think we understand, which is another issue. People have a lot of shortcomings. And it's just a lot of work that needs to be taken care of and done. And I don't get it, because I'm lazy. I didn't do all the work in class. I didn't do those essays and all these things. And yet I feel more educated. People take me for a fool. And when I do something, I can show I can accomplish the work. They're taken back by it. They're like, whoa, you did that? Oh, wow. That came from him? Literally just out their mouth. We're all capable. We all have abilities. But I just don't see how these people who could be top of their class and all invested in all this hard work they've accumulated and done through their processes, and never go anywhere else with it. Like, if they were so educated and smart, they would do better here. I meet a lot of people online, and I appreciate you guys, the ones that I did get to talk to. I meet a lot of people that I can really talk to just by sharing something short as a meme, and sometimes we actually reply with a little bit something. You can see the personality of the person in their posts. See that personality in? Damn, it's horrible. Whoo! She clocked that motherfucker. Not even helping her at all. She's gonna sleep that motherfucker. Nice. This game's got to be good for something. I'm just gonna starve and die out here now. That guy was just in my way. He was a distraction. So when I meet all these people online, and they're really well spoken, and I love to actually have a variety of people on my communication list. I got people on the left, a few more so ever since streaming on Twitch, and I apologize because you entered the battleground. You know what I mean? That's my really bad account area. Really bad information. Not bad like it's not good for you. It's like it's a battleground. It's not your safe zone. Okay? It's not where I'm gonna I'm not attacking anybody. I don't attack anybody. I don't troll anybody, and I hate when they do that. Really can't. Trolls exist. Don't feed them. But I just that's my area to talk. I go around everywhere. I see these people, and I don't get along with them. I don't get along with a lot of people. Not that I can't get along with them. I'll be quiet, I'll let them do their thing. But they'll look at me like I'm just judging them. And maybe I'm judging the situation, but I'm choosing not to engage with them. I mean, it's not like I don't have any fun. That's the hard part, is that everyone automatically assumes, well, then you ain't no fun. You're a party pooper. You're really boring. How many times have you watched Zeitgeist? And shit, that's what I mean. I'm like, yeah, let's watch this next 3-hour documentary, but let's talk about it. And the discussion was probably like the best part. And it doesn't always occur. You find those few people that you can talk to, and you really gravitate to them only, kind of like a biasy. So to keep your circle with people who can, give you more conflict than comfort, keeps you on your toes, puts you awake. Because for me, I don't know how this key term, I felt, this is how I feel. I feel like these words came out. They're like terms for people to understand and utilize. So like toxic, keyword, narcissistic. These like when I told you earlier about ununiqueness. You're not unique. They're giving you words to all talk about, buzzwords, right? That's what a buzz is. That's what a trend is. You're a trend follower. And it's a fine line. I want to tell you because it's like you got to understand your world to navigate through your world. If you don't, then you can get caught in these little pits, these things that hold. They hold stuff. They hold information. They hold water, whatever it is. But people are supposed to go through the land and take what they can to get smarter and build and grow as a character and get to new places. And people fall in these pits and get stuck there and they can't get out. Instead of admitting maybe they're stuck in a pit, they endorse the pit. Like this is where I'm gonna fall and die on. And I grew up in Northern California, and you had to choose a color, either red or blue. That's just another pit. And people don't see it. People endorse that pit so hard because it proves they're more of a man than the next man. They're gangster or real. And maybe they're real cruel and they know how to, harm another individual really well. Things are things. Like I said, each thing holds a pool of water, a pool of information. But some people are getting drowned by that information. Somebody, you make the money, don't let the money make you. Life is a tool. It's something to be utilized, not something to be worshipped. You could study it all your life and you won't really know it until you do it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Philosophy Hour. What is justice? Think of what is justice? What is corruption? Making something that was just corrupt. So when we say, oh, well, the police force was corrupt, there you go. You're lost in word logic. You're assuming it was perfect to begin with. That's why I told you a few bad apples ruined the pot. Nope. It wasn't a few bad apples. It was the pot. You don't understand. It's by design. You're so far behind. I'm looking for people to talk to, and when I'm on online, and the information that my friends share. I love my friends, man. I love them. They're brilliant. They're really well educated. They're really smart, and it's like I'm not. I'm dumb and down to earth. I come from the gutter. I come from nothingness, and I just had that strive to understand things. So I'm going to. It's crazy. Life's crazy. Life's a trip. Now that we got an establishment on what understanding is, we're going to build into this moment of reality current. Man, you need to get mad as hell because I want to exist freely. And everyone is telling, like I said, you guys are not unique. I love to communicate with an individual, but parroting information from one and another leaves us with pointless conversations. Maybe people don't, have to end up agreeing to disagree. That's okay. But just being able to share something for the other person to get something out of it is a fair exchange of communication. If you know everything you know, why tell it to someone else? You don't need to. You're comfortable. You're set. I'm not set. I'm in a. This stuff is depressing. I'm not depressed. Um, you know, I'm like a fighter. I've been put up against adversity. So there's only one thing to do. Either you sink or swim, or either you fight or you die. And so I'm not like stuck on that moment. I know what's coming. I understand that that's how that works. It's like watching an animal in the wild hunt its prey and then attack. That shit's real. That shit happens. That's the way it was designed. And then when you go in your room and you just say, "Oh, I live here. This is normal. There's none of that occurs." You're detaching yourself from reality because you don't think the world works in that fashion. You could never do that, and you're gonna get lost in complacency because history teaches you the failures, or the Godzillas of our life, the monsters and the demons that we possess. And everyone's the reason no one wants to get out of those pools is because everyone doesn't like learning. They want to stay in denial because it's more comforting. For them to get out of the pool, they have to admit fault. And they can't do that. That's step one. You have to get out of denial. You are just denying something, you're closing your doors, and you won't open, you won't look, you won't investigate, you won't consider, you won't think about it. You move on without another thought. And that's lazy. That's lazy. I thought I was lazy because I didn't want to do your school project and I didn't want to do this stupid shit. But when I'm telling you about working on yourself and how important it is, and you're not going to be honest with yourself, that's lazy as fuck. So I don't think I'm lazy. I really think that, I grew up and I was like, I have no ambitions. I didn't know if that was a good thing or a bad thing. I just knew it was like something about me, and I expressed it to people saying, yeah, I have no ambitions. What does that mean? It was like a lie. Like if it was something I'm trying to figure out or live through, but without the requirement of saying no. Now that I realize more information, I gotta turn around and stick to my guns. I said I have no ambition, so I'll never have ambition. I can't. I'll be a liar. Hi, I'm a liar. It's better to admit that you could have lied. I could have lied. Because then I could change. I could grow. I could learn. I can get stronger, better. That's what I think. Because I'm crazy. He's crazy, y'all! He's fucking crazy. This boy crazy, son. Ah, shit. Need more people to kill, I guess. This gun is shit. Absolute shit.
What's up?
Did you see what I did to your friends over there? Yeah, video games are horrible. Slow-mo! Brains. Brains everywhere. Mine's such a terrible thing to waste. You wasted life, why wouldn't you waste death? Bitch, I'm king now. No. I think it's gonna autosave at some point for no goddamn reason. And I'm gonna be like, fuck, why'd I do what I did? Well, fuck it. Anyways, basics, building blocks. Trying to give it to you real easy. Hi, my name is Mr. Felix the Cat. I'm still being pretty nice about this. When will we get to see Dr. Jekyll? Mr. Motherfucker. We'll work on that. I don't know. I've been working on myself for forever. Since the moment I came in, I saw ugly, and what is this? What's this? Pull your Jack moment out. Start fucking questioning things. What's this? What does it all mean? What could it mean? Bro, why am I talking about this? This is literally philosophy. This is what is. This is the beginning. When you're on your most educated level, you're in the I know stage. It's a process. Everything's a process. I can't take you, probably can't even take you to the water. You're not ready for that. You take them to the water, but you can't make you drink. But shit, you ain't even ready to go to the water. You scared of the water. You still scared of the water? I gotta comfort you and allow you to put your guard down for you to say, I need to go to that water. You say you gotta lead them to the water, but they won't drink. They don't know that they're starving. You don't know that you're starving. What did you eat today? What's the whole point of saying that? What did you eat today? What's this about? Because he wants to be better than himself. Why? Because he's narcissistic, right? He's what is it? He watches Trump. He's misinformed. How did people decide another person was automatically incorrect? Doesn't it sound familiar? Back in slavery, when somebody was a slave, they weren't a human because they were automatically incorrect. They're not human. No matter how much maybe they had to say about it, they had to just do what they were told. Sound familiar? What about Germany? I mean, isn't that important that, when they were a Juden and they were like, you got to wear this star. Is that cool? Was that a good thing? They didn't hurt nobody then. They didn't take nobody away from their homes. They were allowed to go where they were allowed to go. Right? What's wrong about saying that occurred? Are you saying that did not occur? What is that? I remember as a kid we would they read that Anne Frank, and it was like, it was so real. It was like everything else you're gonna teach me was like boring. And the moment you brought that in, we just lit up with like, whoa. And that's how I kind of always been. Like, I didn't want to read books. I was like, man, that's a boring book. I want something that had more thought-provoking, something that interests me. And so when you found it, you're like, whoa, this is it, How could I go back to reading Goosebumps after reading Go Ask Alice? She caught her fucking boyfriend blowing her friend's boyfriend or some shit. And he was on drugs, and she ended up killing herself. And this is her diary. Like, whoa, give me some of that. What the fuck's wrong with this kid? That's what's going on. What the fuck? Anne Frank did what? She had to do what? Why? What? Why? We live with this home and these walls. I'm safe. I got my kids at home. They're safe. And I'll go to work and I'll make our money and everything's just going to be fine. And, oh, well, the U.S. wants to go to war with this place now. Well, that's okay. I don't see that. I'm at home. I got my 4 walls. Touch them. I'm in my room. I'm safe. America's going to keep me safe. And we fight people because I don't know any better. It's just probably the right thing to do. What I tell you about how the real world works? There's that lion hunting its prey. It attacks. It's gruesome. It ain't cool. What do you think war is? What do you think this bullshit is? This gangsta. So gangsta. The fuck is that shit? What is this? It's in our video game. I'm so cool. I blew his head off. I dismembered his legs. That shit's not cool at all. You got to understand that you are living in 4 walls of protection. Oh, well, this is cool to just play about, but I don't think it ever will happen. No, that could easily fucking happen. It does happen. It happens every day. It's happening right now. There's slaves right now. All that shit's real. I don't know why you don't know about that. It's not real to you. You don't care. This isn't real to you. This shit's real. It really hurts people. Hurts their minds. Hurts their feelings. Hurts their way of living. Because you're taught to just accept it. Number one, you can't do anything to stop it. I can't stop any of this. I gotta know that I'm speaking my mind to you guys in case you guys want to do the same. And the moment you're like, no, you have a problem, and you're going out witch hunting, you know what I mean? That's the time, that's Anne Frank time, bro. I'm not stupid. I'm not gonna go out and say, hey, I'm the Jew. I'm gonna be like, it's a fine line. Everything's a fine line. I told you about those trenches. You fall in them all. I could get caught up in this trench. I don't think that, I don't know. I think it's important. I always have. I always did. This is what I did. I didn't start this last year. I didn't do this 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 7, 8, 10, 12, 15. It's been my whole life to a certain degree. And life occurs. I get caught in some pools of my own life, Drowning, bro. I'm drowning. I had to figure it out. I had to weather the storm. I had to go through it all, and when we go through, we got our scars, right? The scars are the stories that we could tell. And shit. I think a lot of people were valuable because they have stories to tell. Stories that matter, things that are important, and I always rather pick up that book versus something that's not as special to me or unique. This episode is brought to you by Think About It. What the fuck is going on here? What am I doing? What am I doing to others? Okay. What is your Bill of Rights? What is something that every people march for and try to have and want? And how do they get taken away? How does that disappear? If the law of your freedom comes from that understanding, that constitution, do you vote it away? Do someone? Because right now it's a pandemic, and in order to be safe from this pandemic, we're gonna adopt these policies that put a timeout on your rights. A timeout. Who writes this shit? Do you understand how the law works? When you go to court, everything is written out, and if anything is omitted, the case is thrown out, right? It has to be done precisely and correctly. So the same thing occurs with this. In anything, if you claim you wanted to do something, you don't even do it properly. You don't have any paperwork explaining what's allowed and what's not allowed. You don't have accountability for action breakers, and you don't have timelines or limits. A great example is when you got a drought in the local California area, and we gotta start getting taxed for our water usages, and then there's no longer a drought, but they are going to keep those rates going, at least for a while, before they say, okay, well, we think you're right. There's no actual accountability on it. They get to free reign it, and they get to err on anything. Everything works in that same manner. When you write the Patriot Act that just says I can detain anybody for no reason, that right there is un-American. If they don't like what I'm saying right now, they can take me away. Wait, it violates the First Amendment. That's okay. What? That's okay. That's okay. What? That's not okay. But the fact that it happens more than it doesn't happen makes the people that do it say, it must be okay, because I've done it all the time. This is normal. When a police officer comes up behind you and he's saying, this is for officer safety, I have a right to identify you, identify if you're armed or any of that. Where's the Constitution? It's not there. Because, well, we do this every day. I have a right to go home, and because it's normal to them, it's not something wrong. And at this very same time, those are right-leaning conservatives telling you you have gun rights, and they're pro Second Amendment, they're pro this, but they also follow the law, and the law said I can do that. No, the law was broken when you violated the Constitution. It's a violation of the Fourth Amendment. You're private person, to be private, from safe from seizures, or basically you can't be you can't have somebody else tell you what you can't be safe from your body. That's what that law says. It says, I'm afraid for my life as officer, so I have the right to overstep your right. That law is Terry versus Ohio. The moment that was enacted is the moment mass deaths occurred, for police are now able to err on this side of safety, and deaths does not matter once you remove accountability. They have protection to do it, they can do it, they will do it. It's the norm, so then there's nothing wrong with it. That's how we're all conditioned. We're conditioned. You're not an individual who sees things individually. You're conditioned under what you do see. If you can't imagine and envision and say, well, maybe what if this world exists? I think that one's the righter world. Then you can't envision how this world is wrong. You'll just say, well, I think this is the best we got. I don't know. It's hard. It's tough. It's this or that. Well, luckily, people made these rights, and they were pretty good when they did it. I don't have to say whether they're good people or not to know whether the product is good or not. That's it. The product should stand on its own. We hold these truths to be self-evident. That alone is telling you, you can't debunk these. It's not given by government. So how can it be taken away by government? Now, I like to say that America was founded, went a long time ago, whenever, but it was destroyed and turned into a corporation in 1913 with the Federal Reserve. But it was actually a lot of work and behind that, and it probably started in the 60s or 70s. Not 1870s. Yeah, no. And so we've been a corporation for a long time, and with the corporation went out the window of all those ideals. Now, when the courts or when any of the systems claim to abide by them, they're not actually doing it if, like I said, in the court document, it doesn't exist. Just like I said before, you don't have the paper that says you're allowed to do this and then you can't do that. You just have a, give us the power and we'll do it. There's no rules. So they can adjust it, and as they see fit, they can seem to look like, oh no, it's honest at any moment. But that's why we have this Constitution, because there is no, oh well, I think it goes along the lines of the Constitution. No. That's how you got bad laws like Terry versus Ohio. That allows you to be losing your rights. You have rights. You have rights to exist. So the moment a cop sees you, you're a suspect, but where's the proof? You can't make suspects out of free citizens. No, we do not need police saving the world by checking anyone and making sure they're not criminals. That's walking around and show me your papers. That's you're a Jew. That's literally already happened. And we didn't care. Now it's ramped up to the point where I'm going to see you at a restaurant. Cop walks up to you. I need to see your vaccine passport. It's the same thing. You are only losing rights. that apparently I'm trying to stress to you don't even exist, and yet I'm stressing them to you. Why? Because it's very important that they do. And it's not stupid. It's really smart. I always say, or I always thought about it like, you can question whether you have the right religion, whether you have the right God, whether you're doing the right thing by your God, and you get to, I guess, be rewarded in some stupid ass way with heaven or some shit. Okay, and I always say, because honestly, I don't. I'm not saying I don't align with religion, but I feel like I'm breaking a lot of their rules. I'm a bad guy. I'm already the devil. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna outcast me for what? For thinking. And so my conclusion or my closure of the subject was plain and simply, if this is quote unquote wrong, I don't want to be right per se. I guess I don't think that's the quote for sure, but it's under that understanding that it feels like there's something important here to be done, and so that needs to get completed. It doesn't matter if it wasn't this religion that's correct, that has this idea that needs to go this way. I don't need that. This is true to me. It's like saying, oh, well, he kept being a good person, but really there was no God, there was no heaven, and so he should have just did whatever he wanted. He could have had this or had that, and there would have been no consequence. It wouldn't have been a bad thing for him to take and to get whatever, and he still gets all these good rewards and whatever. I would say that's okay. I'm fine living the way I had to live it, because that was my truth. It was true to me. I had a choice, and I respect that I was given that choice and opportunity, and this is how I want to live it. This is how I want to do it. And so I'm not anti-science or anti-whatever the media is dividing us over. I'm always a critical thinker, and I always give everything time. I watch documentaries repeatedly, 3-hour documentaries, and watch it again, and then I watch a 5-hour documentary on this and that, and I want to have someone to talk to about it, and there's no one to talk to about it. I know that everything that we do is about fast. The world is too fast. It needs to slow down. You need to take the time to show a quality product doesn't come from fast. And it's called half-assing. Our whole life in society, we see it, we act like, oh, it's so horrible out there. It's because we don't give it the quality it's going to require to give a good product. It's literally the definition of insanity. And you guys keep going around, you actually think it'll get better. You think, I'll vote this and it'll get better. We'll win our rights and it'll get better. It's never going to be better, because I keep telling you guys, this is by design. Cause and effect. All you guys see are the effects right now. Oh, I give a shit now because it matters to me. You didn't give a fuck about these causes that happens, that occur, that goes around, that you just say, And so, it's very much that we reap what we sow. I don't want to hide and just like survive this. I want to stop it. I want to be able to communicate. I can't stop it. That won't work. A better option is to run and hide. I gotta have people who can use their head. I'm not your enemy. Why do you automatically say he's bad? You were taught to call someone bad and see them as this evil thing when Trump came. Why do you think Trump came? Trump didn't just come. It's all by design. He came to have you feel a certain way. He came to divide the left and the right. And you think Biden's any different? No. Obama was any different? No. They're all doing the same job. They're moving the pieces forward to the New World Order. They always have been. Slowly. You don't know that. You don't like that. You don't want to admit that. Then you're going to live in denial. Growth is a process. Denial is a stage. You people need to level up, man. You talk a big game. You have money. You have things that you think makes you great. But you can't even level up past your first level? Denial? Because you're scared of being wrong. You have to accept the possibilities. You have to be open to growth by saying, I failed and I need to check this. I need to fix this. I need to change this. And knowing how it failed, what makes it failed, how it could be fixed, what makes it fixed. Knowing the difference. Not I think or I feel or I'm scared, I'm sad. It's I know. I am. I think, therefore I am. That's the building blocks. What stage are you at? Come on, guys, get to level 12 already. Graduate. This is basic education. History repeats. I got no conversations with anybody on here. I hope to really establish something on YouTube. Please look for me on YouTube. Duck Motherfucker. That is DUCK MUTHA FUKR. FUKR. Fucker. Think I'm about to call it here. Think about it. Get your head out your ass. Talk to a motherfucker, because I'm just not gonna sit back and just let it happen. I'm not gonna accept it. I'm not gonna not talk about it. So I'm gonna be the same person I was, 2 days ago. The person you follow, the person that you can talk to about some stupid shit or have a good time with and joke and laugh. I love joking. I love laughing. I just can't, I can't put it a stop. That's a part of my personality. And but I'm gonna keep doing this too. I'm not gonna turn it off. This is who I am. This is a part of my uniqueness. I'm gonna attempt to express it. Maybe it's the same as a lot of people, and I'd like to meet them so then I can change and grow even further. We're all on a level, and I don't ever stop growing, and neither should you. Our conversation, our understanding, our life, and so I'm showing you that I'm a leader. And I'm a fighter, so I'll fight the storm. I'm gonna weather it, and I'm gonna keep pushing forward. That's my job. That's what I was sent here to do by our Creator. It's my idea. I got one life to live, and I'm gonna live it. Right? You live it your way. I'm gonna live it mine. That's okay, but you can't interfere with others' lives. You have to love your neighbor. You have to not attack your neighbor. I don't even follow that religion. I don't need religion to understand the basics. Is that not hard? I don't want to have to carry a gun everywhere and to feel safe, when if everybody could just, not slap each other in the face, then we'd be good. Right? I don't know. That seems pretty straightforward. Doesn't have to be as complicated as things are, but it is by design. It's all on purpose. So that's why you can't blame somebody. People are gonna fall in these pools, these puddles. They're gonna get drowned in them sometimes. Okay. We know all these people who lost their lives. I got people in wheelchairs over the red and blue type shit. And that was fucking, high school type shit. That's kiddie stuff. Even then, when I grew up where the adults were the original gangsters, the OGs, and so that's just been a thing for who knows how long. And they lived it real or more different back then, because they were allowed to get away with things like that. They literally had, just regular fist fights and shit like you see on Blood In, Blood Out, and it escalated. That's what I mean. Like at normal, you just fight. That's normal. Then it escalated, having weapons. Then it escalated to we shooting them. We're having shootouts, and it was always things are things occur, and ugliness. I saw it. I've been in I just been around that culture and that environment and it really affected me as a youth. Not like I'm some damaged human being. I use it for my, embetterment. That's everything. I'm not a victim of life. I'm a liver of life. It ain't over yet. I still have life. I'm gonna seize the opportunity. Make it today. So, um, this is me, motherfuckers. We're gonna do this. This is how it is. Give you that real shit, and be mad at you. No, I'm not gonna be mad at you. Don't be mad at me. But I will slap you upside your face if you're gonna hit me with some bullshit. I'm not in the mood for it. I got no fucking time for it. Makes no fucking difference. I got nothing. There's nobody watching. Do you understand? I got nothing to lose. I'm a nobody. I'm not trying to be anybody. I'm just trying to tell you what's really going on. Either you got a head and you can add it up and you want to discuss the math with me because you're a mathematician, you're a scientist, you can evaluate, you can put equations together, you can hypothesize the outcomes, and then you can create the experiments that prove it. Yes or no? And to it but to do it. You're very capable of beating my score on Rock Band. Great job, buddy. Can you beat my brain? And I'm not even looking for beating me. I just want someone to talk to. I just don't want to be alone here. Okay? That's what depression is feeling alone. And that ain't cool. I need someone to talk to. This is my depression awareness. I saw a few depression streams and they were cool, but I just thought I was wrong for them because people aren't on level 12. They're on level 1. And they need that real, like, friendly, no strings attached, no importance at all involved of leveling up their first level. And that's fine. And I think that you can learn through many processes, many breakthroughs, many understandings. And so I support that. Just like if anybody wanted to pick up the Bible, I would support that. If they want to pick up their religion, I support that. But it's very unfortunate at the same time that I'm sending people off to the end of their own mind because they very much just fall into the pool and they drown. There's nothing wrong with getting in the water and learning about it. How does it feel? What does it taste like? What is this? But you got to get out and you got to keep moving forward. You got to be moving. Water is current. It moves. And if you're in a pool, it stands still. You're not allowed to get more water. You got what you got. That's it. The science is settled. Type shit. That's not okay. Not okay with me. I'm a very scientific person. Science don't work that way. At all. At all. Because I ask for fluctuation. I ask for freedom. If someone's like, my wife, she's like, she loves those timetables and schedules, and I agree. When like, it's a fine line. It's good. It's good to watch. That you got some of this, some of that. There's no God versus the devil. This is all opportunity. They wanted to scare you and put you in a pool so that limits your options. And like I said, I feel like I'm jumping in pools that make me the devil, according to them. But instead, it's me using my mind freely, which shouldn't be a crime. But it has been. It always has been. Marijuana is a crime. Right now. In Myanmar, it's illegal. They put you to death. Even if you're not smoking right there. I mean, you smoked a tree. Put them to death. Death. And everyone had it. It's like a vote. It was like a constitutional thing. It was democratically voted. It's approved that if you're caught smoking weed, the government would go arrest you and put you to death for smoking weed. But you don't even know that. Do you? I'm not better than you for knowing that. I'm just knowing of it. Very humble. I don't have, there's this word, is it contempt? Contempt? Contempt is when you put yourself above someone else. You're better than them. You're over them. It's where the judge says, I'll hold you in contempt in my courtroom because you're saying I'm above your system, which you should do and be. But no, I'm not telling you to go to court and do that because you'll fuck up your shit. When you go to court, it's a legal battle of legalese. It's very, what was the word? The Christian Crusades. It's very satanic. It's very the Dark Ages. It's medieval. It's very old. We don't know that. We don't understand that. There's just too much to understand here. You're not ready for that. Eat your Brock flour, okay? Read your boxing times. Got my workout on. Woof! Got those guns ready. No, these guns. This muscle. Okay? We don't have nothing else. We don't have nothing else. Don't hit me with no bullshit. Because as much as, I believe in and I support everyone's right to have, the Second Amendment, I feel that I put myself out there as a target. And so I don't want to have some ideal, reason for someone to say I'm bad or the government to knock on my door. Why? What's his weapon? My weapon is knowledge. Well, knowledge has always been illegal. People die for knowledge. It's not something you could get away with. You share the wrong information. Hey, JFK. Pop. Right? What was that? Come on now. The three black leaders, I don't know where, Africa, something like that, who all said they're not going to give their people the COVID shots and vaccinations. Oh, they all just wound up dead on an airplane. Sure, man. Sure. Thanks. So, I'm not naive to think that I'm not already the next target. It's just I don't want to give them a reason to claim it. Just like, if I put depression in my fucking stream, I don't want you to fucking even put it in your head to think that, oh, well, he could kill himself because he's depressed. No, I would never kill myself. Okay? At fucking young age, living with my mom and dad and what they would do and the ugliness I wanted to die then. Okay? I made a choice back then if that was the answer. And it wasn't, because I told myself I want to live for love. I got to find love. This is not what I want. Then what do I want? And it was love. And if I don't have love here, then I got to go find that out for myself. And now that I have love, what am I going to do with it? I'm doing just fine. I'm doing great. But this is not okay. If you put a bird in a cage, he's going to want to be free. He's going to sing, okay? And I'm just letting it out. But it doesn't mean that I'm depressed. I don't give up. Like I said, I'm a leader. I'm going to weather the storm. I don't just lay down and die here, because I'm not a victim of my situation. I know that we are victims. That's why System of a Down, they couldn't man up. Once again, there's denial. They're stuck in their pools. Whatever it is. And it's all understandable. We're not better than them or someone's better. Things are things. People are where they are. People have the opportunity to grow. People have opportunity to change and beyond that. But System of a Down should have been Victims of the Down. And somebody didn't like that title. But that title is so true to where we're at. Instead, they're System of a Down. It's, sugar-coated. And people don't get it. They're just like, yeah, it's a political band, but how political is it? Oh, it's pretty cool. System of the Down now, they're fucking pussies, dude. That ain't no real. I don't know what fucking rocks. Punk is dead. Who the fuck are these people? Sellouts. No, there's no fucking real anti-system anything. They are with the system. They're all conformist. They're all sellouts. People want their money. They're not going to willing to starve. They're going to do whatever it takes to get that money. And if it takes, betraying you or letting you get sold on some bullshit that they're going to sell you or tell you, let you think something different, you be boo-boo the fool. You're going to find out the hard way. You should have been more involved with what the fuck you're doing and what's actually going on. You don't want to just fall in a hole, drown. You just don't know, do you? It's sad. That shit ain't right. I know, like, I don't expect anyone to answer me. If they listen and they like it, they'll be like, yeah, this nigga's talking fucking truth. But do they want to answer? Hell no. Why? Because they're just going to watch me get burned at the stake. You know, they don't want to join me. Hey, I'm already, you know, saved. You know, there's nothing that could take away my saveness. I ain't afraid of no spirits, no ghosts, no monster, no devils, 'cause they can't touch me. I'm not looking for a fight. I just know the power that I got. I'm secure. I'm well established. I put in hard work. That's how anything works. Hard fucking work. You do the work, and it'll definitely give you the benefit. So I should have gotten off, but I'm done with the game. We're gonna maybe play something. I gotta make some lunch, take care of my family. Um, but I hope you enjoy any of the messages, any understandings, and I'm gonna leave you with this because it's more real than we realize, and maybe when you hear it, it'll just blow your mind. But if you allow the government to break the law under a what is it, a catastrophe, under an emergency, then they'll create emergencies. They'll create catastrophes in order to break the law. And you have to know that they will. You have to have read a history book and seen when they did things wrong. And understand the reason that they did that, or the reason that nobody stopped it, is because there wasn't a law against it. It's because there was a law for it. Okay? Slavery, Holocaust, was there laws against it, or were the laws for it? Think about it. I love you.